Thanks to the support as a channel member, Sean Spence. Well, folks, I don't know what was more notable off the back of yesterday's video. The fact I did a sensible transfer special with net profits, leftover wage budgets, or the fact that we've got a new contract, new house, new ground, all of which means we're almost certainly doing at least a third season here at Kettering, which is completely unheard of in non-league to legend. We're entering the Football League with our starter team, and today we have two firsts. A first ever league game for Kettering and a first ever League Cup game for Kettering. That's the new symbol for first ever, apparently. Hello and welcome to part 20 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have those first two games of life as a Football League team. We're away against Walsall in the Carabao Cup and then also away against Notts County in our first ever Football League game. Nice to see Notts County back in the Football League as well. If you missed yesterday's transfer special, I urge you to go back and watch that before you go any further, because many things happened. As a quick overview, they're the ins, they're the outs. Most of those names won't mean anything to you. That's why you need to go back and watch the transfer special from yesterday. The big headline, though, is that we've got all this money in all these categories. I'm doing sensible financial management, and we move into a new ground next summer. It's all gone a little bit odd here. This is not how Non-League to Legend normally works. And I still have not been offered a job by anyone, anywhere. So as long as that continues, and as long as things are going well at Kettering, no one else is coming in for me, so I have no reason to have my head turned, and I certainly don't have a reason to look for a job because of the incredible support I'm getting from the board here. Happy days. Let's go and play Walsall. And this is the team that we're going to be putting out there to try and win our first ever League Cup game. We've got Brzezowski in goal, a back four of Dodgson, Mayunga, Gilchrist and Lavinia. Three new signings in the back four there. And we've got Benson and Payne in midfield. Benson, another one of our new boys. And then two new boys, two old boys up from McKay and Finnegan as the new signings up there, and Spasov and McKendy, who were both, of course, here last year. We've got a nice mix of familiar and new faces down on the bench as well. Taylor Crossdale still knocking around, as is Wooten, Whittaker, but we've got new boys in the shape of Skinner, Bennett and Turner down there as well. And of course, Radek Vitek, our new I don't want to even call him backup goalkeeper because star rating wise, he's as good as Brzezowski. So Brzezowski starts the season as the man in possession. But as things go on, Vitek could very easily come in and take over in goal. So who knows? We'll monitor that one. So let's get started in our first ever Carabao Cup game. We're huge underdogs. Yeah, that's going to happen a lot. I can't even pump my fists and say we're huge underdogs. And what's the one for cautious? Is it, I don't want to be reluctant, I want to be cautious. Hands together, we're huge underdogs. That's motivated the boys. Let's see how we get on. I don't even know what league Walsall are in. They could be a League One side for all I know. Should we try and locate them? What can we do? Nothing is clickable. We'll find out eventually. There is a way out of these games. Someone told me how you get out of the game while it's going on. Is it? I don't want to do it while we've got a highlight. The long throw finds McKendy, and it falls to new boy Finnegan, who finds Alfie Payne, who sprays it across to Dodgson, who's in a good position here to cut back across, finds new boy Benson, and Robbie Benson has scored within 10 minutes of his English football career. He's 30 years old, spent his entire career playing in Ireland, and bizarrely, at age 30, the lure of Kettering in League Two is what brings him to England, and he's just scored a lovely goal for us to put us 1-0 up. He's already looking like a good signing, isn't he? He officially graduates from being called New Boy Benson. He can just be Benson now. You're familiar with his work. He is one of the highest paid players at the club as well. We're paying him, I think, £2,000 a week. There's a ball through to Spasov, who, of course, is here in his third year on loan. And there's an offside Spasov putting the ball in the back of the net. But good to see him putting the ball in the back of the net, which we are so used to from the last couple of years. And it was, I mean, that goal, although it's been disallowed, and that was in the back of the net 30 seconds after Benson scored. We are rampant at the start of this game against Walsall. I don't think they were necessarily prepared for a team to come here and really take it to him the way we are. Here's Lavinia playing it to Gilchrist, and back to Lavinia. Alfie Payne finds McKendy. This is beautiful football from us. Finnegan to Benson, who's just got all the time in the world to pick his pass, and finds McKay, who is the new highest paid player at the club on 2.6k a week. It's a lot of money, and I'm expecting a big return from him. McKendy flicks it through to Spasov, who tucks it away, easy as you like. How many times did we see those two players combined last year? And Slavy Spasov is just picking up where he left off last year as an absolute goal machine. Remember, he is a full Bulgarian international now off the back of his exploits for us last year, and he's not going to miss a chance like that. Just calm as you like, tucks it away. Lovely. 2-0, 14 minutes gone, and Walsall need to get their act together or they're going to be embarrassed here. No question at all of that being offside. There's at least 3 players playing Spasov on there, and we are playing really, really well. I think we might have got the balance right between new signings and established players, which is, that's another thing that's unusual for me. So much uncharted territory in non-league to legend this year. We're spending longer than ever at a starter club. I'm working within budgets. I'm doing sensible signings and not signing an entirely new squad every summer. I don't get it either. FM21's good, isn't it? It's forcing me into playing the game in new ways by not allowing me to hang around for 18 months and move on because I'm not being given the job offers. It needed a shake-up. It's had a shake-up. Beautiful. Right, we now need to focus on defending because defence was a bit of a problem for us last year. We looked in it. There you go. There's an example of it. Already conceded a goal. We looked at the stats for last season in yesterday's transfer special. On a loan, we were absolutely clinical in front of goal, scoring an absolute ton of goals ourselves. We also had one of the leakier defences in the National League, despite winning it. We were very much playing the we'll score more than you philosophy rather than trying to defend solidly. Hence, so much investment over the summer in improved defenders, but they're obviously going to take a little bit of time to gel together, and most of them are playing their full debuts. Like Lavinia, I think Lavinia, Gilchrist, I think both those two are playing their first ever games of professional football. So it'll take a little bit of time. We'll be all right. And let's face it, if we do another year of just outscoring the opposition, it's fun to watch. It's how I like to do things. We don't need to be keeping clean sheets left, right and centre. It'd just be nice to maybe cut out some of those late goals that caught us out a couple of times last year. And when it looked like we had a game won and we just gave it away right at the death. But we are approaching half time here. We are still ahead in the tie, 2-1 as we hit the 41st minute. For a second I thought that was Adam Collin in goal for them. Evelyn would have been over the moon, but it's some guy called Collins, and now I've drawn the attention to him. He's not going to concede another goal for as long as the game goes on. Brzezowski making a decent save from the Walsall attack there. They've got a corner, as we are just a couple of minutes away from half time. Corner is an in-swinger. McKendy, I think that was, heads it clear, but it's gone straight to a Walsall player, and they're just trying to get that ball back into the area again, and it's ultimately resulted in another corner, another in-swinger. This one's hit far too long, and Gilchrist is going to clear that down this left-hand side. He's actually found Spasov with it. I don't think anyone could argue that was a deliberate pass, but it looks like it is going to lead to a little bit of a counter-attack to us. Payne and Benson keeping hold of the ball nicely in the middle to allow everyone to get back into their positions, and then we carelessly give the ball away, and it ends up back with McKay on the left-hand side. Benson back to Dodgson. Spasov has come deep here to feed Benson back into play again. And Benson's involved in a lot, but his passing does seem a little wayward. And Payne, again, though, finds Benson. Benson this time slots it through to Spasov, who's going to shoot from range and score a worldie. Slavy Spasov can score any type of goal you want. And why Oxford couldn't find a place on their bench for him this year, I do not know. We're not paying Spasov a penny to have him here on loan again. And he's going to get to his 100th goal for Kettering this season if he carries on as he is, because I think he's on over 70 now, which is mad. It's mad and wonderful in equal measure. 3-1 to us at half time, and we will outstretch the arms, tell the boys they're doing a good job, and head straight back out for the second half. We don't want the football to end because we're enjoying it. Although looking at the XG, Walsall probably are going to be feeling a little bit hard done by. On 1.85 to our 1.13, we've just got the more clinical striker though, and I think that, but look, based on today, that might be the case in a lot of our games this season. Again, Slavy Spasov might be a difference maker for us once again. We are going to make a couple of changes though. McKay hasn't really impressed, which is a little bit of a worry when you consider how much money we're paying him. We're also going to take off Lavinia and bring on Aaron Skinner to play at right back. That will do for now. Skinner initially did come in as a centre-back, but I did say in the transfer special yesterday, the plan for him was very much to be playing him at right back and having him in competition with Lavinia, because he's only a little fella. He's like 5'9". I'm not having a 5'9" centre-back in the lower leagues of English football. That's just asking for trouble. Right, 10 minutes remaining. Let's make our final substitution. McKendy, despite getting the assist for the goal, although the assist actually gone down to, we don't see assists on here. We'll take McKendy off, and we are going to bring on Martel Taylor Crossdale, and we'll just swap Taylor Crossdale and Whittaker over. So Taylor Crossdale can be the more attacking of the two. Whittaker playing that inverted winger role on the right hand side. My new assistant manager, is recommending I take off Finnegan and bring on Wooten, which would involve pushing Benson further forward. I'll do it. We'll see if it works. Spasov's got a hat-trick. The man's ridiculous. I don't know if we're allowed a fourth substitution in this competition. We're about to find out when we head back to the dugout screen in a second. But we've got to have a look at Spasov's third. It's absurd. He's a bit overpowered, isn't he? I love it. We've got to try and get this boy permanently. That's got to be, it was our plan for last year, but Oxford offered him an extension. So they are aware he's not rubbish. They offered him a contract extension. Hopefully they just don't bother this year and we can sign him on a free next summer. Look at me planning for a fourth season already. What have I become? Whittaker's in and Whittaker scores. And what a performance it's been from Kettering today. Walsall 1, Kettering 5. Now, I don't know how much of this is Walsall not being very good. We'll have a look at what league they're in after this game, or how much of it is them underestimating us as a newly promoted side that they just expect to beat because of our pathetic reputation. Have we made that change? No, it doesn't look like we can do a fourth change. Finnegan's just going to have to tire himself out. I've just realised I'm wearing the same jacket that my in-game manager man wears as well. Beautiful. So we'll give them all a pat on the head for a job well done. We're just going to check on Walsall. I'm hoping they're a League One team. If they are, this is spectacular. And why is nothing clickable? They're a League One side. We've just gone away from home and put 5 past a League One team. Back to back, anybody? Let's go and test ourselves in a league game. Oh, we've been rewarded with a big game in the second round of the Carabao Cup away against Premier League Southampton, which will be tomorrow's video. I know it means I'm showing you almost the entirety of the first few weeks of the season, but I can't not show you an away game against a Premier League team that finished 11th in the Premier League last year. So that will be tomorrow's video. Now we will go and play Notts County. A couple of changes for the Notts County game then. We're just trying a couple more of the new boys so that we can have a nice little look at them. Skinner comes in for Mayunga at centre-back. Fox comes in for Alfie Payne on the right-hand side of central midfield. But we're other than that, it is the same team that's just played in the Fox is needing match sharpness. Payne can come back in. Alfie Payne comes back in. We need to give Fox a couple of games from the bench, I think. I'm still not used to the icons. I'll get used to the icons eventually. Right, this time we can pump our fists for our first game ever in the Football League. And I am very proud to be managing the team for this game. Last year with Kings Lynn, I had to watch on longingly as Kings Lynn played their first games in the Football League without me after me doing so much to get them there. And I've got to say, it is very nice to be here with the boys when they're playing in the Football League for the first time. Spasov is in behind here. There's no one in the middle. Now the attacking midfielders have arrived. McKay is the one that was aimed at. Doesn't quite get to him and it falls to Alfie Payne in midfield who gives it to Dodgson and then Benson and back to Payne again, who sprays it back out to Dodgson, who's looking for a cross here. Cross does find McKendy, and we know how dangerous McKendy can be coming in off the wing, using his aerial threat from these cross pitch crosses. I mean, I've said cross a lot of times there, but you know what I mean. Crossing from one side to the far post on the other side with McKendy coming in. He's dangerous doing it from either wing, and we saw it from him again there as he hits, I think, the top of the crossbar. It could have been into the netting atop the goal. That's some poor defending there from, who is that? Number 18. I've not learnt the numbers yet. Gilchrist just shouldn't be letting the ball bounce there. He needs to step forward and head that back whence it came. I've said atop and whence in the last minute. I've been wearing a tie for too long. It's strangling the common out of me. McKendy playing it forward, finds Spasov. Spasov turns and runs. Again, he's got the problem of not really having anyone up there supporting him, but he's held onto the ball nicely. And actually, by the time he took the shot, there were people in the middle that he perhaps could have looked for, but he decided to go it FM20 style and just blast it into the side netting for a little bit of nostalgia for last year's game, which I can't. The guy scored 3 goals against a League One team a couple of days ago. I can't really begrudge him shooting from whenever and wherever he wants to. He can just take a shot every time he gets the ball for the next few games and still be in my good books. That's poor defending again, and it's exactly the same problem that we had a second ago with Gilchrist. This time I think it's Skinner. Oh no, it's Dodgson. Why is he in there? What has gone on with our defence here? But we've let the ball bounce in our 6-yard box. This is just basic defending. You don't let the ball bounce there. Dodgson should be dealing with that. Like I said, these new defenders are going to take a little bit of time to settle into life playing competitive football. McKendy's picked up a knock, so we're going to take him off at half time. It feels like one of those games where we're coming down to earth with a bump a little bit here. Brzezowski has not dealt with that at all. Oh my goodness me. He came for it, he got there first, and then just decided he didn't fancy it. And now he's kicking the ball away in disgust. Hopefully disgust at himself. He has so much opportunity, just kick that out. And he missed it. And then doesn't know what to do. Run back to the goal, you moron. Oh my word. He's waving his arms around as if anyone else is to blame for what we've just seen. That was hideous. We're throwing the water bottle. Where is he? Where's he sitting? Brzezowski's getting a special little something. I thought you were lazy. No, not lazy, just idiot. Point finger, not happy with your performance. He's demotivated. It doesn't really matter because I'm about to substitute him anyway, because there's not a chance I'm letting him stay on the pitch after what he's just done. You have to send a message to players when they do ridiculous stuff like that. And that is your message sent. Vitek is on, probably permanently. And we're going to bring Whitaker on that right-hand side as well for the injured McKendy, who's got a potential foot injury. We're going to have to switch to an attacking mentality and probably look in terms of maybe getting Taylor Crossdale on for Finnegan fairly early in the second half, go to 2 up top, and try and drag ourselves back into the game. But it's Notts County again with the attack, and Vitek can't really complain. I'm not blaming the goalkeeper for that one, but we're 3-0 down, and yep, this is just coming back down to earth with a bump, boys and girls. The Walsall game is a whole new context now. I think it was one of those where they put out the reserves and weren't that bothered because they assumed they'd thrash us, and now Notts County has seen that happened, and I've just prepared for us properly. This is not ideal because normally when you're newly promoted, you come in with your newly promoted momentum and use that to get some points on the board early. Losing 3-0 on the first day is no way to get that momentum. Dodgson has been awful. I mean, is there any point in bringing a striker on now? We're not getting back into the game. Let's do damage limitation. And we haven't even got Taylor Crossdale on the bench anyway. Can we do a 4th change? No. No, we can't. This has been really poor today. Mayunga then is going to take the throw. It's a very good throw, in fact, and Spasov's made a goal out of it. That is a goal from nothing and does give us a little bit of a lifeline. I'm demanding more. It's a lovely, long bullet throw from Mayunga that nobody deals with, and Spasov's the first to react, as he always is. A 4th goal of the season already for him, and a slight glimmer of hope for us. I think I don't see us getting back into the game. McKay's been terrible as well. We've had some very, very poor performances today. I'm trying to fire the boys up, but there's going to be some changes for the next game, and we are going to get a spanking against Southampton if we go there and play like we played here today. We'll point the finger. We're pointing the finger. We can't even be angry. I don't want to throw a bottle again. In fact, we can't throw a bottle. I'll thrash my arms, tell them I'm not happy. We are better than that. And we did not show it at all today. McKendy isn't going to be out for very long at all. Vitek, oh dear. Oh dearie me. Right. tomorrow, still in the 11 o'clock slot, remember, because it's the weekend, and we'll be back with Southampton and Mansfield. And so I'll play the Carlisle game all on my own, sobbing about what's just happened. And then we'll do Southampton and Mansfield tomorrow and hopefully put in a slightly better performance. If we get to the end of tomorrow's episode and we don't have any points yet, I'm job hunting. I'm panicking. Oh, the transfer window is great. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.